Good morning, students. We are going to start online classes. So, this is our first lecture of accountancy. We are starting with the chapter share capital. Okay. Okay. So, first question is what is company? So, what is company? Company is an artificial person having a separate legal entity for a perpetual succession and having a common seal. This is the definition of the company given by the Companies Act 1956, and now this act has changed to 1956 to 2013. So what is a company? Company is an artificial person. Artificial person means the company is a non-living thing because company is a building. ठीक है? Having a separate legal entity. This principle we have studied in class plus one that business is separate and businessman is separate. So the person working in the company is a separate entity and the company is a separate entity. Okay, third point. For a perpetual succession, what is the meaning of perpetual succession? It means the company is continuously working for a long period of time. Which principle is applicable here? Going concern. So perpetual succession means a company goes on for a long period of time. And what is the meaning of last point? Having a common seal. It means that companies has a common seal. Common seal means a common measure to sign the documents. Because it is not possible that everyone whose money is invested in the company should be available at a point of time. So the person who has been given authority to sign the relevant documents has to sign it along with the common seal. Common seal means stamp. Stamp of the company. Okay. So which act regulate the company? Companies Act 1956, earlier it was 1956 Act and now it has been amended by the Companies Act 2013. Okay, so what is our second question? We are starting with the chapter share capital, and second question is what is share? So what is share? According to the Companies Act 2013, section 2 subsection 84, every definition in an act is given as per the section. So, according to which section? Section 2, subsection 84 of the Companies Act 2013. Because new act has been applicable from 2013. So, what is a share? The capital of the company is divided into the number of equal parts. The capital of the company is divided into small parts that are called shares. For example, a company need a capital of 10 lakh rupees. A company need a capital of 10 lakh rupees, so it can divide its 10 lakh rupees into number of shares. How it is possible? For example, let's say one share is of 10 rupees. One share is of 10 rupees. So how many share we want to cover the 10 lakh rupees? So we need 1 lakh shares for 10 lakh rupees. How we calculate the number of shares? There is a simple formula. The capital you required divided by the face value of the share is equal to number of shares. Okay? The capital you required in the company divided by the face value of your share is equal to the number of share you want. For example, 10 lakh rupees, 10 lakh is a capital. So divided by the face value of 10 and the answer is 1 lakh shares. Okay. So the company may divide its capital into share of rupees 1, 2, 5, 10 or any suitable amount. The face value of the share may be 1 rupee, maybe 2 rupee, maybe 5, maybe 10 or maybe more than that, depend upon the company to company. Okay, I think you understand the concept of the share. Now there are two types of share, equity share and preference share. This we have studied in class plus one business studies that there are two types of shares, equity share and preference shares. Equity shareholders are the real owners of the company and preference shareholders are the owners by name only, the nominal owners. So you have to study a simple thing that you have to study the difference between equity share and preference share for your theory concept. Okay. So next is we are starting with the chapter. The name of the chapter is issue of shares. So the share can be issued at par and premium. There are two words, par and premium. What do you mean by par? Par means the face value, the actual value of the share. Means to say there are two values. One is its value, it is known as face value, and second is issued value. Okay. So what is the difference between these two values? Face value means the value of the share, okay, the cost. And the issued value means the selling price. We have studied in small classes cost price and selling price concept. There is a bit of concept between cost price and selling price. If the cost price is equal to selling price, if the cost price is equal to selling price, it is known as par. It is known as par. This is par concept. And what is premium? When the selling price is more than the cost price. When selling price is more than the cost price. Mean to say, when a share of rupees 10 is issued at rupees 12, means more than the face value. It is known as premium concept. Okay. The share cannot be issued at discount. Share cannot be issued at discount. This is an important point. The share cannot be issued at discount as per section 53 of the Companies Act 2013. Companies Act 2013 says that under section 53 that share cannot be issued at discount. Share discount पे issue नहीं हो सकता. But it can be issued at premium. Under section 52 subsection 1. Means we can sell the share at more than its face value, but we cannot sell the share at less than the face value. If the share is of rupees 10, we may sell it at rupees 12, but we cannot sell it at rupees 9 or 8. This is the concept. Okay. So there are two ways we can issue a share: issued at par and issued at premium. So par means cost price is equal to selling price. Premium means when selling price is more than the cost price. And share cannot be issued at discount under section 53. Okay. So if we sell a share at a premium, then the extra money which we receive can be utilized for some special purpose only. We can use that premium amount for some special purpose, not for every purpose. What are that special purpose? As per section 52 subsection 2, the amount of premium can be utilized for the following. For what purpose we can use that premium balance? Point number 1. To write off the preliminary expenses. What do you mean by the word preliminary expenses? It means that pre-incorporation expenses means the expenses which are met before the start of the business, because in setting up the business there are several expenses which are met by the owner of the company. So that expenses can be write off through the premium amount. What is the second point? To write off the share issue expenses. What it means? While issuing the shares, there are several expenses that are met by the company. For example, commission paid to the promoters. Okay, so that expenses can be write off through the balance of the premium. What is the third point? To issue the fully paid up bonus shares. What is a bonus share? Bonus share means the share which are issued to the existing shareholder at free of cost. So what do you mean by existing shareholders? Existing shareholders means the person, the shareholder which are already are shareholders. So what are shareholders? Shareholder are the person who has purchased our shares, our company's shares. Okay. Third point, to issue the fully paid up bonus share, it means that when the company issued its shares to the existing shareholder at free of cost, the loss that can be beared from the balance of premium. What is the fourth point? To provide the premium on redemption on preference shares. When we have to repay the amount of the preference shares, sometimes we pay an extra amount to them. Why? Because, for example, today we take money from some person, rupees 100, and we have to refund it after 4 to 5 years. So he will not accept rupees 100 as repayment. He needs some extra benefit from us. For example, we pay him rupees 110 at after 4 years. So what is that rupees 10 which we are paying extra? That is known as premium on redemption. Premium redemption means when we have to repay the amount, the extra money that the company is paying to the preference shareholder, it is known as premium on redemption. So if when we are to pay the premium redemption, we can utilize the balance of security premium. Okay, last point. To buy back its own shares. When the company has the surplus funds, what it does, it purchases its own shares from the market as a repayment of the shares. For example, if the company purchases its own share from the market, that means that they are purchasing their shares from the shareholders. Means they are repaying the amount to the shareholders. So that repayment also can be utilized from the premium amount. Okay. There are 5 points for which we can utilize the balance of premium during the 2020 March board examination of accountancy. This concept carried 1 marks as an MCQ. What was that MCQ? There was a little bit of change in third point. In the question there was written that partially paid a bonus share. And the question was, for which of the following the security premium balance cannot be utilized? And there was a simple change in the question, and that was the to issue the partially paid a bonus share. So that was the right answer, because the premium balance cannot be used for writing off the partially paid up bonus shares. I hope you understand the concept. We will start with the practical now. We are going to start with the practical. So pause the video and you can make your notes. Okay. So we are starting with the practical portion.